Hey everybody, Jeffrey Buettner here. Today we're going to talk about Calendly, a very cool scheduling tool where if you have difficulty or waste a bunch of time scheduling meetings, back and forth emails, things like that, Calendly can be a good solution for you. Let's jump in. Okay, so today we're going to talk about Calendly. Now, before we get too far into it, it's important to know that Calendly has not only a free account, but a premium and a pro account. When you initially sign up, they let you test out their premium version for a couple weeks free of charge without putting your credit card in there. And then at the end of that time, eventually bump you back down to that free version. So it's important to take a look at the different pricing plans. If you need things like Zapier integration or priority support or 6 calendar connections, you might need one of these paid options eventually down the road. The free version will give you at least one free event type that you can go ahead and utilize here in the Calendly section. So let's jump into what Calendly actually does. We've all been in that situation where you go to schedule a meeting with someone and it takes 4, 5, 6, 7 emails to figure out a good time, right? Calendly solves that by doing a couple of things. First and foremost, it connects to your calendar, and in some cases, multiple calendars if you have them, connects to your calendar, sees when you are free and busy. It then allows you to create event types. So here's a couple examples: 15-minute meeting, 30-minute meeting, 60-minute meeting, so that when you go and actually schedule that time with someone, you can copy one of these links. If I wanted to schedule an hour meeting with someone, I could copy this, send it to them and say, hey, take a look at my calendar and schedule time with me. And then when they click that link, and I'll actually open it up here so we can see it, they can pick a day and find a time that's going to work, and it's going to sync between both of our calendars. It makes it nice and easy to get scheduling done. Let's go through and create an actual event type so you can see all of the different tools, features, and nifty little things that I think Calendly's built into here. So again, when you out of the box, Calendly gives you 3 event types: 15-minute, 30-minute, 60 meeting. But you can basically build your own event type, whether you're a real estate agent and you are going consistently on buyer consultations or listing appointments, or maybe you're a sales professional and you have the same type of sales pitch meeting that are 30 minutes, 45 minutes, you would come in here and create an event type for that type of event. Now, for this example, we're just going to do a one-on-one meeting. In a future video, I'll go ahead and demonstrate the group meeting event types in Calendly. But again, today we'll just do this one-on-one meeting, and I'll go ahead and click create. And so what we'll do is we'll go here and fill out this info about our event. Now, just to be mindful, right, as we go in, here we go, this is the example meeting here. As we start to fill this stuff out, it will appear here on kind of this page that when you go and actually send someone the link. So for my event type, I'm going to call this YouTube example. But again, you would label that listing appointment or sales consultation or whatever you want to title it. You can pick how you want to have this meeting. Is it an in-person meeting? Is it a phone call? They've got some really nifty features to connect to Zoom and GoToMeeting. You can actually ask the invitee. So whatever that looks like. In this example, I'm going to go ahead and select phone call. It allows you to determine right off the bat, are you going to be calling that person or are they going to be calling you? Let's go ahead and leave it that I will be calling the invitee and click update. Then we can go with an event description. So this is my description. You can do some different formatting things in here, right? We can do bullet points, item 1, item 2, item 3. This is if you wanted to really detail something out before someone scheduled time with you. And then the other thing I've seen done really well with other people's Calendly links is actually providing resources to someone before you connect, right? Please visit this site before we connect. And you could come in here and you could do a link in here, right? We can come in here and select this and do a link. And again, something we just want to make sure the other party knows about before they schedule time with us. At the bottom here, we get to decide kind of the URL slug for our event. In this case, it's just pulling from my name, YouTube example. That'll go ahead and work for me, and I'll go ahead and click next. This next section, we get to decide the details about how often and when someone can actually schedule this event with us. So is it a 15-minute, 30-minute, 45-minute, or 60-minute meeting? We'll go ahead and keep it at 30 minutes. We get to decide, does someone get to schedule this 30 days out, 45 days, 60 days out is the default. Time zones are handled really nicely in Calendly. I'm in Arizona, so it says you're in Arizona time. Your invitees will see your availability based on their local time zone. Again, another pro of Calendly is there's no confusion if you are operating in multiple time zones. If you're pitching something to someone in a different time zone, there's no confusion about where the meeting is going to take place and what time that actually happens, right? And then down here, we get to set what times can people schedule this event for. By default, it's kind of 9 to 5, but I can come in here and I can say, I only want people to be able to schedule this particular event type from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m., right? We can make that that type of availability, and we can apply it to this date. We can apply it to all Mondays, so I could have a different schedule for Monday versus Wednesday versus Friday, or I can apply it to every Monday and Friday and Thursday. We have a lot of options here. We can add multiple time slots as well. So if we wanted to do mornings one day, afternoons another day, all totally possible here in Calendly. Now, if we jump to the advanced section, this is where we can really start to dive deeper into, do we have any restrictions on when people can actually schedule time with us? And the more you start to think about these things, the more useful they become, right? So, availability increments. So when someone's looking to select a time, are they displayed every 5 minutes? So can someone schedule time with you at noon and 12:05 and 12:10 and 12:15? That's what the increments are. The default is 30 minutes. So noon, 12:30, 1 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock. That's probably going to work for most people. The next thing down here is how many of these do you want per day max, right? And if we're doing some type of sales pitch or consultation for our business, sometimes we say, you know what, I'll do unlimited, right? But if you really think about it, if you were doing back-to-back meetings, would that be fun or even plausible in your business? You're going to have to think about that. And then things like minimum scheduling notice, right? Are you prepared if someone has your link to schedule time with you in 20 minutes? And are you able to do that meeting, right? So in this case, you might want to keep this at 4 hours. In some cases, I've actually done, someone needs to schedule time with me 24 hours in advance. So I have some, preparation, and I have an idea that they're going to want to meet and what they want to talk about and things like that. And the final thing on here is event buffers. So how much time do you need before and after this event type? Again, if it's just a phone call, maybe you can go back to back to back, but most likely you might want 5 minutes in between, right? So that if one call runs over, you have a little bit of a buffer. Again, you can set that all up here in the Calendly advanced section. So I'm going to go here and hit next. Now, again, with Calendly, this is just a basic overview, but you can come in here and you can ask your invitees specific questions. You can do specific customizations with notifications or cancellations. You can even redirect someone to a specific page once they've actually gone and confirmed an event with you. And you can actually come in here and actually set it up to collect payments. Maybe you're a coach or a consultant and you have a fee to meet with you. You can actually set this up with Stripe or PayPal and actually collect those payments right through Calendly in here. So ultimately, this event is now live, and we can come in here and we can view this page, and we can see our description and our name up here. And this is now connected to my calendar, right? So if I end up having a last minute event for the 13th, and I'm booked the entire day, when someone comes in here and clicks on the 13th, it's not going to show any available time slots. So it's really nice and easy in that it syncs up with your calendar, and you can really customize what's available here. The last thing I'll show you here in kind of this Calendly overview are the integrations tab. Now, some of these integrations do require the Pro or the Premium version, but just know that you can connect to things like MailChimp. We talked about Stripe and PayPal, Zoom and GoToMeeting, but just know that you can integrate with a bunch of different items. Zapier, if you want to do cool stuff when someone actually schedules time with you, maybe you want to shoot it off to your CRM or something along those lines. A lot of interesting integrations here inside of Calendly. So check this out if you need a tool to help you schedule meetings, or if you want to take your appointment scheduling to the next level. I really like Calendly. It's nice, easy to use, and really user-friendly, and it gives your consumer or the person you're meeting with a real nice, easy experience to schedule that time with you, whether it's a sales consultation or a quick 15-minute phone call. So check it out. As always, guys, if this video was helpful, hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.